bit different tonight. I'm going to do a Q&A about Tropical Storm Debby. If these guys are, whenever you guys are tuning in, you can post your questions and I will answer them to the best of my ability. At the same time, I am going to go over the latest stats and uh, projected path of Tropical Storm Debby. Um, if you are watching and you post a question, um, I will answer that as soon as I see it on the screen. So, go to the latest stats. Um, so, just bear with me for a second while I get to that page. Okay, so we'll go to the public advisory. Maybe hard to see on your screen, but um, the slow moving Debby bring torrential rains to portions of the southeast United States and major flood threat for the southeastern United States to continue for the next several days. So, as of the 8 o'clock advisory, its location was 30.7 north, 82.4 west, which is about 50 miles east of Valdosta, Georgia, or 50 miles west northwest of Jacksonville, Florida. Its movement is northeast at 6 miles an hour. It is starting to slow down and starting to slow down rather quickly. Its maximum sustained winds are 45 miles an hour with a minimum central pressure of 996 millibars. There have been no changes to any watches or warnings as of this latest advisory. Um, and here are the advisories that are in effect. A storm surge warning is in effect for Georgia and South Carolina coast from the mouth of the St. Mary's River to South Santee River, South Carolina. A storm surge watch is in effect for South Carolina and North Carolina coast from north of South Santee River to Cape Fear, North Carolina. A tropical storm warning is in effect for St. Augustine, Florida to South Santee River, South Carolina. A tropical storm watch is in effect for north of Santee River, or north of South Santee River, South Carolina to Cape Fear, North Carolina. A tropical storm warning means that tropical storm conditions are expected somewhere within the warned area within the next 24 hours. Tropical storm watch means that tropical storm conditions are possible within 48 hours. A storm surge warning means that there is danger of life threatening inundation from rising water moving inland within the next 24 hours. This is a life threatening situation. Persons located within these areas should take all necessary actions to protect life and property from rising water and the potential for other dangerous conditions. Storm surge watch means that there's a possibility of life threatening inundation in the next 48 hours. Here's the discussion and outlook by just my picture. So at 8 o'clock Eastern, the center of Tropical Storm Debby was located near latitude 30.7 north, longitude 82.4 west. Debby is moving towards the northeast near 6 miles an hour. A turn towards the east is expected on Tuesday, followed by a turn to the north at a slow forward speed on Wednesday. On the forecast track, the center will move across southeastern Georgia tonight and Tuesday, move offshore of the South Carolina coast by late Tuesday and Wednesday, and approach the South Carolina coast on Thursday. Maximum sustained winds have decreased to near 45 miles an hour with higher gusts. I believe the higher gust now is 55 miles an hour. Some slight additional weakening is forecast tonight and Tuesday, with some re-strengthening possible on Wednesday and Thursday when Debby moves off the southeastern United States coast. Tropical storm force winds extend outward up to 140 miles from the center, and the estimated middle central pressure is 996 millibars. So here are the hazards affecting land as far as wind. Tropical storm conditions are expected over portions of the tropical storm warning area along the Florida and Georgia Atlantic coast through tonight. Tropical storm conditions are expected along the coast of South Carolina within the tropical storm warning area by late tonight or early Tuesday. Tropical storm conditions are possible within the tropical storm watch area in South and North Carolina beginning Wednesday. As regards to storm surge, the combination of storm surge and tide will cause normally dry areas near the coast to be flooded by rising waters moving inland from the shoreline. The water could reach the following heights above ground, somewhere in the indicated areas if the peak surge occurs at the time of high tide. From the mouth of the St. Mary's River to Cape Fear, North Carolina, 2 to 4 feet. And that is subject to change with later advisories. This is going to be the driving force of this video is rainfall. Debby's expected to produce rainfall totals of 6 to 12 inches with maximum amounts of 18 inches across portions of central and northern Florida, as well as central and northeast North Carolina. As well as central and northeast North Carolina through Wednesday morning. This rainfall would likely result in areas of considerable flash and urban flooding, with significant river flooding expected. Across portions of southeast Georgia, the coastal plain of South Carolina, and southeast North Carolina, 10 to 20 inches of rainfall with local amounts to 30 inches are expected through Saturday morning. So this is going to be a long duration event. This potentially historic rainfall will likely result in areas of catastrophic flooding. Cannot say that enough. This is going to be a catastrophic flooding event for the Wilmington, North Carolina County Watch area. A lot of rivers are going to be out of their banks, and it's looking to be a bad situation. As far as tornadoes are concerned, a few tornadoes are possible over southeastern Georgia and coastal South Carolina this evening through Tuesday, and that may shift up the coast as days wear on. So that is the complete advisory from National Hurricane Center. Now I'm going to switch over to the Wilmington briefing that they did at 5:45 Eastern. So what has changed? A flood watch is now in effect for all of Northeast South Carolina and Southeast North Carolina. A storm surge watch is now in effect for coastal Brunswick, Horry, and Georgetown counties. And a tropical storm watch is now in effect for coastal Brunswick, Horry, and Georgetown counties. The key points. Debby is expected to move very slowly near the South Carolina coast Tuesday night into Thursday morning. The storm will likely make landfall again during Thursday before lifting north-northeastward Friday into Saturday. The very slow progression of the storm could result in catastrophic amounts of rainfall across northeast South Carolina and southeast North Carolina, which will result in life-threatening flash flooding. Cannot say that enough. The slow progression of the storm could result in catastrophic amounts of rainfall. Right now, they're painting a 12 to 20 inch swath in northeast South Carolina and southeast North Carolina. Those could be upgraded as the event draws closer. Right now, right outside my window, is currently raining right now, so this faucet will not stop for some time. Tropical storm force winds are possible, especially from coastal portions of Long Bay, which is Brunswick, Horry, and Georgetown counties. And storm surge and inundation of 2 to 4 feet is also possible in these areas. So here is the picture of the watches and warnings, which is basically all watches at this point. There is a flood watch for the whole entire Wilmington, North Carolina National Weather Service County Watch area through Friday morning. So we're talking Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so 4 days worth of flash flood watches. More than likely, a lot of these areas will be in some sort of flood warning as the rain intensity starts picking up the later we go through the week. Storm surge watch is from basically Georgetown County all the way around just south of Wilmington to Cape Fear region. And same with a tropical storm watch from Cape Fear all the way down to Georgetown and Charleston counties. The situation overview. I'm going to talk about each hazard, its impacts, the location, and timing. So as far as wind, potential exists for tropical storm force winds with some minor impacts possible, especially along the coast of Brunswick, Horry, and Georgetown counties, and across the adjacent coastal waters. This is from Wednesday through Friday. Storm surge and inundation. Some storm surge with 2 to 4 feet above ground level inundation is possible, and the highest surge along coastal Brunswick, Horry, and Georgetown counties. This is especially with each high tide Wednesday through Friday morning. So we're talking about 7 cycles that this could happen. Flooding rain. Life-threatening rainfall is expected. It's not possible anymore. It is expected. There will also likely be road scours and failures. Driving will become dangerous as a result. Basically, this for all Northeast South Carolina and all Southeast North Carolina. That goes from Tuesday. Huh? Tuesday through Thursday and perhaps into Friday morning. I'll be right back. What? Right across the pump. That's going to 501, isn't it? Yeah. Sorry about that, everyone. Apparently, there was a tornado touchdown in Mullins, South Carolina earlier today that I was watching some video of. So, tropical tornadoes are certainly possible with this kind of system. So, the threat levels. So, yellow will be level 1. Orange will be level 2, red will be level 3, and purple will be level 4. As far as wind, it'll be a level 1 Wednesday morning, and it'll be level 2 Wednesday afternoon through Thursday, and then back to a level 1 for Friday. For storm surge, level 1 for Wednesday morning, and then level 2 from Wednesday afternoon through Thursday, and level 1 for Friday. Rain. This is the big headline from this storm. A level 2 threat through tonight, a level 3 for Tuesday morning, and then a level 4 from Tuesday night all the way to Friday, with still a level 3 all day Friday. As far as a tornado possibility from tonight all the way through Friday will be level 1. Marine interest be level 1 tonight into Tuesday morning, and then level 2 from Tuesday afternoon to Wednesday morning, and then level 3 from Wednesday afternoon until further notice. So the situation overview is this. Tropical Storm Debby will move across southeast Georgia tonight into Tuesday. Debby will then move very slowly near the South Carolina coast Tuesday night into Thursday morning. The storm could make landfall again during Thursday before lifting north-northeastward Friday into Saturday. So for the most likely time of arrival of tropical storm force winds, the most likely arrival time for tropical storm force winds for northeast South Carolina is during Wednesday night, and for southeast North Carolina is Thursday morning. The probability of tropical storm force winds continues to increase, especially along coastal areas from Cape Fear southward. What is not known that there are also some 50-knot wind speed probabilities, which is a 5-10%, generally along the coast and coastal waters from Cape Fear southward. So that means there could be stronger than 40-mile-an-hour winds offshore, more than likely. Peak storm surge. So peak storm surge of 2 to 4 feet above ground level inundation is possible Cape Fear southward. The threat of surge will increase, especially around each high tide Wednesday through Friday morning. The storm surge could impact roads prone to coastal flooding as well areas where the shoreline has been weakened from previous storms along the ocean front. Inland flooding impacts. I'm going to drive this hard and make sure that everyone listens, okay? Because this is going to be the main focus of this storm is going to be the flooding rains. There is a potential for extreme flooding rainfall across portions of northeast South Carolina and southeast North Carolina. Period. Doesn't matter where. If you are highlighted in that pink shade on that map, you run the risk of extreme flooding rainfall. Period. All areas could see road scours, and washouts, complete failures. Structures in low-lying areas could also become flooded, and many areas may become cut off from flood waters. I'll say that again. All areas could see road scours and washouts, complete failures. Structures in low-lying areas could also become flooded, and many areas may become cut off from flood waters. That means if you're coming up Georgetown on 17, going up towards Pawleys Island, that might get cut off. And it has happened before. Georgetown floods every time there's a thunderstorm, pretty much, just like Charleston. And it won't be for, a few hours either. It'll be a while. So, anywhere where you are being connected to the intercoastal waterway in any way, shape, or form, you run the risk of being cut off from getting from the coast inland if the intercoastal floods, and it probably will flood. Similar past events have led to flash flood related fatalities from people attempting to drive across flooded roads. Do not drive across flooded areas. I'm going to say that again. Do not drive across flooded areas. Too many people lose their lives because they think they can drive through that. You are not going to survive, especially in this kind of situation. So don't try it. The current may sweep your vehicle off the road, or the weight of your vehicle may collapse the road, and then you be in bigger trouble than you already are. Expected storm total rainfall. Life-threatening flash flooding is likely. It's not possible, it is likely. Rainfall amounts of 12 to 16 inches are possible across a large portion of northeast South Carolina and southeast North Carolina. Period. There ain't no ifs, there ain't no ands, there ain't no buts. 12 to 16 inches. And that will pretty much verify by the time this is said and done. There will be isolated higher amounts of 20 to 25 plus inches are possible. Those are where the rain bands set up and sit. It could sit over Myrtle Beach for hours on end. It could sit over Wellington for hours on end. It could be anywhere where these um, bands set up. That's where you get the higher rain totals. This amount of rainfall will result in life-threatening flash flooding, and multiple rivers will be impacted. I do mean a lot of rivers will be impacted. People living along rivers and creeks should make preparations for possible major flooding developing later this week. The risk of major flooding appears highest along the following rivers: the Lumber River, the Little PD River, Black Creek, Northeast Cape Fear River, and the Walkmall River. The issues that we had years prior is the Lumber River and the Walkmall River. The Lumber River will flood and will block a lot of roadways anywhere east of Lumberton. The Walkmall River, that goes from Georgetown all the way up into Horry County. Same deal. Conway will be underwater. Several places along the river will be flooded. That includes logging roads, you name it. So this is a high river flood that will take place. In regards of tornado potential, there is a threat of tornadoes through tonight, primarily across portions of northeast South Carolina. So basically, we are in a marginal risk of tornadoes for tonight, and that risk will be in place. Isolated tornadoes may affect coastal areas of South Carolina during Tuesday and primarily all coastal areas during Wednesday. So basically, tomorrow will be on the southern Horry County into Georgetown County areas of the coast. We'll see a tornado threat. And then everybody along the coast will see a tornado threat for Wednesday. So in summary, confidence is high. Debby will bring significant flooding impacts to the area. Some uncertainty continues regarding the exact extent of wind, tornado, and surge impacts. It all depends on the evolution and the track that the storm goes. But the key bulletins are: heavy rain from Debby is expected from Tuesday into Friday morning, with life-threatening flooding likely across the area. Do not attempt to drive across flooded areas, as your vehicle may become swept off the roadway. Some areas may become cut off due to flooding. Make sure you are prepared in case this occurs. Um, I would go ahead and do this. A lot of places will be closed through this period. Um, Especially in flood prone areas. Um, if that's the case, do not drive your vehicle anywhere, period. I would just stay home, enjoy your day off or many days off, depending on how it turns out. Um, and don't risk getting out there and trying and be a statistic. I mean, don't do it. It makes no sense. No sense whatsoever. If you need to stock up, I would say you have until probably Tuesday evening to get that done. If you don't get it done by Tuesday evening, well, hopefully you have non-perishable foods. Hopefully you have water and your emergency kits in case you need to go, um, in case you need to get rescued because of floodwaters surrounding your building. Um, I will say this again. Do not drive while this storm is raging outside. Do not. I can tell you from experience, it is not fun, and I will not do it again. Tropical storm force winds and storm surge of 2 to 4 feet inundation above ground level are possible for coastal Brunswick, Horry, and Georgetown counties. Then you got that to contend with. So, if you live along the coast, I would say if you're probably in zone A, I would be preparing your home and possibly evacuating because you could be under 6, 7 feet of water. And that's not even, and that might be conservative. So make sure you have your preparations pretty much done at this point. Like I said, right now where I'm at is currently drizzling outside, but this is far, far, far from over. Rough surf, including dangerous rip currents and hazardous marine conditions, are expected to persist through late in the week. Don't even think about going in a boat. Don't. You'll be a fool if you're going to try to ride it out in a boat. A fool. Be smart about this. Do not go out in the surf. Do not be in a boat unless you're on a very big boat that won't tip over. Don't be on a kayak, God forbid. No reason to be out in the ocean, period. Um, I mean, they're just, no. It's not even worth it. So let me do some overlay here. I think I did mine for 3 hours. Yes, I did. So we're going to do this for 12. And we're going to do it up here. So that was the latest location as of 8 p.m. Just give me a second. I'm trying to get my bearings here. So Valdosta radar will be easier to see with this. Okay. So this is your tropical storm right here. Spinning its wheels right here. So it's kind of like, so the center of circulation is about here. Moving slowly this way. Off the Georgia coast. The rain bands are swinging in to the coast. More likely, you have, well, that isn't that new. So there has been a tornado at 9:37, 4 miles south-southwest of Edisto Island, South Carolina, in Colleton County, by Emergency Management. Reported a tornado sighted and a tree on a building on 133 Palmetto Boulevard. So there has been a report of a tornado there in Edisto Beach area not too long ago. Yeah, this is so there have been major flooding down here earlier today in Suwannee County. Emergency Management reported flooding of structures and homes countywide, along with street and road closures with some vehicles stranded. Vehicles stranded. Why are you trying to drive in flooded roadways? Why? Turn around, don't drown. I mean, is it that hard? People, listen. Any tropical, landfalling tropical system, or any system for that matter, why are you going to be driving it in the first place? There are too many hazards that can go on with something like that. Why are you going to do it? I mean, seriously, why are you going to do it? I mean, do you not care about life? I mean, I'm trying to be real here. Even though sometimes real thing hurts, but it is dumb to sit there and try and drive through flooded roadways. Why do you do it? And I, you know, try and see what's going on. There is a tornado warning in Beaufort County, South Carolina. We will go down there and take a look. So it's pretty much heading northwest. Try and see where the rotation is. Probably over here. This could be one. Let's try a different color. Let's do red for this. So it could be right here. Right here. So yeah. Not definitive. This might be something. I don't know. So anyway, there's a tornado warning here with one of the rain bands of Debby circulating around. It has to be that one because it's just been issued. 1010 not located along the line extending from Folly Field to 6 miles east of Hilton Head Airport, moving northwest at 30. Yeah. Bluffton, blah, 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 blah. Yes. If you are in Palmetto Dunes, Bluffton, Hilton Head Island, Port Royal, Land's End, Fort Fremont, Longwood, Scott, it goes all the way out to, we'll just call out some of these neighborhoods. Plantation Point. Here's Bluffton on the south end of the polygon. Horse Landing, Seabrook Landing, Hilton Head Plantation. Yeah. So be in a safe place in the lowest floor, away from windows, no mobile homes, no cars. Nobody should be driving, period. But here's your Hilton Head Airport. So it's out this. So is it out? So your airport was here, so it's probably out. It's probably where I had that circulation before. Here we go. It's probably this. Yeah, it's probably this rotation here. But also there's rotation all along this. Let's go to CC. And there's a tornado down. There's a tornado down near Hilton Head, South Carolina. Let me get close. So Fort Fremont, no doubt being a safe place right now. Marine Corps Recruit Depot, Paris Island, being in a safe place. Wake Village being a safe place. Anybody on Cuba Street, be in a safe place now. When I do mean now, I do mean now. Don't wait. You are not going to see this. This is your tornado right here. Moving to the northwest. So if you are on Bellevue Wood Road, Cuba Street, Clintugas Street, Wake Boulevard, be in a safe place. This is a tornado down west of Fort Fremont. Looked like it briefly touched down, but it's still here. Closing in towards the Marine Corps Recruit Depot in Paris Island. If you are on Cuba Street, you should be in a safe place. Should have been there 5 minutes ago when I called you out. Wake Village, be in a safe place. 3rd Battalion Pond Road, people that are along that road, be in a safe place. Clintugas Street, people in that area should be in a safe place right now. Don't wait on this. Right now, you go to your safe place. This was a tornado down west of Fort Fremont, heading northwest. There might be another one down. There might be another one down right here. Let me check velocity. Doesn't look defined, but it's right here. These are low top supercells in a line. You are not going to see them. That's just plain straight out. You are not going to see these. And that's another tornado down. This one's still down. There's one down there. There's one approaching Marine Corps. And then there's this big one here approaching US 278 in Beaufort County. Looks like there's 3 of them down right now. This might be an including one. This one might be starting to come down. This one has been down. Yeah, that tightened up here. So this is your tight rotation here. Then you got one over here. Then you got one over here. Those are your 3 areas that have had tornadoes down. I mean, coefficient don't lie. It's quite possible they might extend this more northwestward in the coming minutes. Come on, radar. says it expires in 16 minutes, but yeah, right. So we got this one here. This is leaving. Question is that so? This is on the ground. So this is lifting. This is coming down again. This is over a golf course, the Legends Golf Course here. St. Mihail Road. Beltu Road, Wood Road. If you live on any of those roads or near that golf course, be in a safe place. Hall closet bathroom on the lowest floor, away from windows. No mobile homes, no cars. It's down. Looks like it's starting to come down again. It's all in this area. Here in Marine Corps Recruit Depot. Paris Island. I mean, yeah, that matches. This match, yeah, you got a couple of heightened areas of rotation here. Remember, these are tropical tornadoes. They get down for a few minutes, and then they go away. So we have had at least a couple of tornadoes develop this evening down near Hilton Head. This one's dissipated, but this may be down again. Over by the Marine Corps Recruiting Depot in Paris Island. It is south of Port Royal. So it's in this mass here. And it's surrounded by little waterways all in here. Okay, now it's shifted. It's still on the ground. It is right here in Wake Village. About to go over Archer Creek. And head towards Shell Point and Shell Point Park and Magnolia Bluff. Shell Point Park. This is what could be a tornado moving northwestward. This may end up being extended. So if you are in the path of this tornado, Magnolia Bluff, Shell Point Parks. You're outside. Ugh. You're outside of the warning area, but to be on the safe side, I would be in a safe place in an interior room on the lowest floor, away from windows. No mobile homes, no cars. Nobody should be driving on US 21 in the Shell Point area, period. See about reflectivity. Yeah, it's still hanging on there. And then you got this mess here. Check out velocity. And it's not definitive, but if you go to correlation coefficient, you got, I mean, it may be lifting here. And this might be something here, so and that is down again. Right over Shell Point Park. For the love of God. And it's not even warned. May have been. Let me check. No. They canceled the warning. Unless that's okay. What in the hell are they looking at? Pardon my French here. What are they looking at? I mean, you see it's clearly down over Shell Point. I mean, why? Come on, Weather Service. You've got to be kidding me. That puppy is down. This is your ball. That's your knob. Here's your debris over Shell Point. Nobody should be. I would hold off. There is a tornado warning for Colleton and Charleston County, South Carolina. This big box right here. Right where 2 tornadoes have been reported. In Edisto Island. Now I gotta look for this. So it hasn't come on land yet. Let me read. Charleston, Colleton, 11:15, let 10:32. Located near Vantage Point, moving northwest. There is also water about 15 miles offshore of Kiowa. It is moving towards the coast and could come ashore as a tornado. Aha. So this is still off the coast. Okay, that makes sense. So this is still off the coast, which is all out in here. I'll circle that. So it's this stuff here that's going to be rotating in. Um, so let's go to velocity. Yeah, here's your water spout here. So here's your water spout heading this way. You gotta watch out for these other two over here. There's one here and one over here. But there's your water spout there. Let me check velocity or correlation coefficient. There's nothing down. That's suspicious there. There's nothing over here. There's your water spout over here. So, yeah, it's on the bottom end of this. And then you got this thing here. And then you got this thing over here. Your eyes got to be on the ball tonight to spot these things. I'll tell you what. Here's your water spout. That's getting closer to land. Then you got a rotation here and a weakening one right here. Yeah, this is starting to become a little bit more active than we thought now. Again, there have been reports of a tornado over by Edsto Beach earlier today. This one's going to be a little bit farther north. This one's going to be closer to Folly Beach. So, if you are on Seabrook Island, Kiowa Island, especially Kiowa Island, you need to be in a safe place. Lowest floor on an interior room on the lowest floor away from windows. No mobile homes, no cars. Nobody should be on State Route 700 at all, period. There's another road here. Nobody should be on, what is that road? Yeah, nobody should be on State Route 700. Nobody should be on the beach, period. And watch this come in. That's not going to happen. Velocity, it's still out there. Here's your water spout, and it's heading right for Kiowa. And there's a third report of a tornado. This was as of, So there's been 3 reports of a tornado in Edisto Island this evening. What is going on over here? That seemed like it tightened up a little bit. There's nothing down. But this is surely down. That's playing with the fishes right now. That's clearly down. That's your water spout. So we're going to hold it here. While we have a water spout off land we'll just say it's in the ocean, about to come on shore and be a tornado. That's a hook right there. So here's your 6. it's in here. Got your flow coming in this way. That's just a blob of rain. So it's still out in the ocean. And okay, they updated the warning. There's your water spout, about ready to come in. So let me go this. Let me go this. Okay, they didn't change it much. Still radar indicated. Okay, it's starting to loosen up a little bit here, but I'm going to my correlation coefficient product. I hate when it does that. So, so I gotta find my rotation again, which is right. I mean, it's right here. So keep my eyes right there. Okay. There's probably some spray going on here. So I'm going to hold it here. I'm going to flip it over to velocity. And we're going to see if it comes ashore as a tornado or not. If you are in Kiowa Island, make sure you are in a safe place on lowest floor in an interior room away from windows. No mobile homes, no cars. Nobody should be driving along State Route 700, period. Nobody should be on Highway 174, period, until this storm passes. They shrunken down the warning box. See if they have an update. It's just for Charleston County now. Seabrook Island to near Kiowa Island, northwest of 40. So it's, yeah, okay. So that makes sense. So it's basically that. Get off. This is your storm. Okay? This is your storm coming in. And it's coming in hot. So if you are in Kiowa Island, Seabrook Island, Casque, West Beach, Rockville, be in a safe place. Lowest floor in an interior room away from windows, no mobile homes, no cars. Nobody should be driving along State Route 700 right now until this storm passes. There is no lightning with these. These just spin up, and that's about it. So I'm just waiting for this to. It's still out in the ocean, so it's still only getting water. But there is your couplet. Here is your couplet right here. And it's getting closer. So right now, your couplet is showing up right here. So now it's only a couple miles from Kiowa Island now. It might drift north of Kiowa Island, but I can't guarantee you that. So if you are in Kiowa Island, Um, be in a safe place. Um, some other areas, Falcon Point, no doubt Falcon Point. Ocean Park, you're probably going to get the front wind of this, or you're going to get the east side, the rotation of this. Um, Kiowa Island, East Beach, um, be in a safe place. On the lowest floor in an interior room, away from windows, basement if you got one. No mobile homes, no cars. Nobody should be traveling along State Route 700, period, until this storm passes. Um, I'm going to leave it on the velocity mode because um, you can clearly see it clear as day. Here is your rotation moving to the north and west. Um, so stay sheltered. Falcon Point, Kiowa Island, been calling you out for the last 5-10 minutes. And then further inland, we go Lagarville. Then you got Bohicket Road, Kiowa River, Maybank Highway, which is Highway 700. Um, be in a safe place. Basement if you got one. Lowest floor, interior room, hall closet bathroom, without windows. Um, and we'll see if this comes. That looks pretty strong coming in. Right here. Coming into Kiowa Island. So this is it. You are out of time, Kiowa Island. You should be hunkered down as this starts to approach land. I believe it's over here. Your rotation is actually here. Your rotation's here. But there might be another one just to its north. But I'm not going to go there. Falcon Point, Lagarville, Kiowa Island, Kiowa River, West Beach, East Beach. Be in a safe place. Nobody should be driving along State Route 700, period, until this storm passes. We're just going to hold it here and see if this comes on as a tornado. It might for a short time and then lift. I don't know. But there's definitely a water spout. It is about to come on at Kiowa Island. Right here. So time's up, Kiowa Island. Everybody should be in an interior room on the lowest floor, near center, away from windows. no mobile homes, no cars. Nobody should be driving along State Route 700, period, until this storm passes. Um, Kiowa River, Falcon Point. Let me check. Get this off. There we go. Let me check correlation coefficient. Okay. Excuse me. Yeah, it looks like this area here might be this. That's coming in right now. It shows a little bit of debris. Yep, it's coming. Coming into. Hold on. Sorry about that. So now it's coming ashore around Falcon Point. It's lifting debris at this point. So this is a tornado warning for Charleston County. Until 11:15. And that is a tornado. That is a tornado on the ground between Kiowa Island and Falcon Point. Right here. Came on land as a water spout. And that is tight rotation. I'm surprised there's none here. It's basically this. I mean, that went right over top of Kiowa Island. Anyway, so right now, if you are between Falcon Point and Kiowa Island, you should be in a safe place in an interior room on the lowest floor, away from windows. No mobile homes, no cars. Nobody should be traveling along Maybank Highway, which is State Route 700, period, until this storm passes. There is a tornado down here in Falcon Point, heading to the northwest. See what the next scan looks like. Yeah, that's definitely a tornado. It's on the north side of Kiowa Island. Yeah. This is a serious situation. Um, um, if you are north of Kiowa Island, there is a tornado down. You need to be in a safe place, in an interior room on the lowest floor, near center, away from windows. No mobile homes, no cars. This is for Kiowa River section, heading towards Maybank Highway, which is State Route 700. Nobody should be on State Route 700, period, until this storm passes. This storm is on the ground and it's causing damage right now. Again, if for those just joining me, we have a tornado warning in Charleston County, South Carolina, for a waterspout that just came on shore and is now causing damage as a tornado north of Kiowa Island, heading northwest at 40 miles an hour. They're saying radar indicated, but that's puppy's down. This thing is down, so we're going to leave it. We're going to call it down. Because I don't know what in the world they're looking at, to be honest. I'm going to go to velocity. Yeah, I mean, this whole thing is wrapped up. This whole thing right here. It has been tight the whole way from the ocean all the way to land. So it has done damage in Falcon Point. It is now doing damage north of Kiowa Island. Here's the latest update. Right here. Might took a jog north. Let's see what. Oh boy. Yeah. I mean, if you are in Kiowa River or along Bohicket Road, nobody should be on that road until this storm passes. Nobody should be on State Route 700 until this thing passes. It is a tornado that is down, has caused damage at Falcon Point and now north of Kiowa Island, heading for Kiowa River section, Oak Point. In the general direction of Oak Grove. Okay, that looks promising now. It looks like it has weakened or lifted. The rotation has weakened, but there's still debris fallout from this. This is your debris field. All this here. So you'd probably be seeing things falling from the sky in Kiowa River. Still be in a safe place until you're given the all clear. Again, nobody should be on Bohicket Road or State Route 700 or Maybank Highway until this storm passes. And then once we get rid of this, might be a windstorm just going right through there. And this still showing debris. So if you're on Bohicket Road, you should not be on that road at this point. There could be still a tornado down, and it's going through Kiowa River section right now. Next in line is Maybank Highway. Nobody should be on Maybank Highway until this storm passes. Um, I gotta look at velocity again. Uh, it is weaker, but it's up here. It's not as defined as what it was, but nonetheless, let's look at reflectivity. Yeah, that's still got air coming into this hole here, and then you got your thing going around. You got your six thing like sit in the middle of the six. So, um, yeah, go velocity. No, we're going to just leave it on correlation coefficient because that's more clear. So, this is your debris fallout here. Moving to the northwest. Um, it's still on the ground. Ah, come on. If you are on Bohicket Road, um, be in a safe place. Lowest floor in an interior room. Um, no windows. Basement if you got one. No mobile homes. No cars. Um, I know it's probably raining cats and dogs, but if you have a ditch nearby and you live in a mobile home, go climb in the ditch. These tropical tornadoes do not have much lightning with them, so you will not see these. You will not see these coming. Um, so next in line is Maybank Highway. Nobody should be on Maybank Highway until this storm passes. Um, that's the so we're gonna hold it here, obviously. Because that's still down. I thought it lifted, but apparently it went up and then it came back down again. Hopefully it'll go back up and stay back up, but I can't guarantee that. So, I mean, this might be a long night um, of recording. So, strap in, you know, get through this. Okay, starting the weekend again. Um, so, somewhere in here now. Um, so it might touch down again briefly. And then, so let's see, something like this, then something like this. Yeah. Um, so, collision coefficient. So this might be debris fallout. That's probably falling on Maybank Highway right now. Um, I've been calling Maybank Highway for a while now, so nobody should be traveling on State Route 700 until this storm passes. Um, wonder if the is observed now. Um, yeah, it's a damaging tornado. Okay, so this has this has recently been upgraded to being observed, um, but it's starting to wind down now and pretty much dissipate as it crossed Maybank Highway. So, um, not giving anybody all clear yet. This storm has not passed. Um, there has been damage uh, north end of Kiowa Island, and what in the hell are they doing? So they canceled the warning. Okay. They canceled the warning 5 minutes early. I mean, seriously? Sometimes, okay. Well, I have everything up. I'm going to update. There's the full 11 o'clock update has came in. So we're going to go see what that entails. Okay, so the only changes to the watches and warnings that they issued, the tropical storm watch that was in effect earlier is now a tropical storm warning for the coast of South Carolina from South Santee River to Little River Inlet. So the location of this now, as of 11 o'clock, is location is 31.1 north to 82.1 west, is about 60 miles northwest of Jacksonville, Florida, or 35 miles west of Brunswick, Georgia. Movement is northeast at 7. So it's still crawling along inside Georgia. Its maximum sustained winds is still at 45 miles an hour. Minimum central pressure is 997 millibars. I'm trying to see if there's any other changes. So the tropical storm force winds has now shrunk to 115 miles from the center instead of 140 from before. And the storm surge is still 2 to 4 feet from Cape Fear to St. Mary's River. And they're still calling for 10 to 20 inches of rain with maximum amounts of 30 inches, bringing areas of catastrophic flooding across portions of eastern Georgia, the coastal plain of South Carolina, and southeast North Carolina through Wednesday. So and then a few tornadoes are possible over southeastern Georgia and coastal South Carolina tonight through Tuesday. That is what I was covering for the last several minutes. And that is the latest update from the National Weather Service. Um, Going back to radar, I should say, yeah, going back to radar. Um, there is currently no tornado warnings for these um, areas, but there is a flash flood warning um, for Beaufort, Berkeley, Charleston, Colleton, and Dorchester counties. 3 to 6 inches of rain has fallen. Um, the rate of rainfall is 1.5 to 2.5 inches in 1 hour. Additional rainfall amounts of 3 to 4 inches are possible. And there's going to be a lot more where that came from. So these are just going to be exacerbated as we go along. The flash flood damage threat is considerable, but that's going to be um, obviously um, be worse off as well. Um, I'm just taking a radar tour right now. I'm just um, so we'll take a look up here in the northeastern South Carolina area. So apparently there was a tornado that went through Mullins earlier today, is what I heard. Probably for one of the heavier rain bands, and was seen um, I think kind of like this way, um, crossing 501. So it's not the icon didn't show up there, but earlier today, that's where and this is your convective band that's coming around into Charleston now, which will probably be more tornado warnings and more landfalling water spouts throughout the night. So with that, if there are no other type of warnings going on, let me check out the watches. Okay, so tornado watches are in effect till 1 a.m. and none has been. So we got a tropical storm warning now and storm surge watch. Okay. So with that, I am going to end this stream. I hope everyone in the affected areas have a speedy recovery from whatever damage has happened with this hurricane down in Big Bend of Florida, and also the flooding that has been going on in Georgia and in parts of South Carolina at this time. I wish everybody would stay. I hope everybody stays safe. Um, and you all have a wonderful night. And I will talk to you again soon.